Chemical concentration formulas. To start off, volume is measured in liters and mass is measured in grams. To convert, 1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligrams, while 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. 1 milligram is equal to 1,000 micrograms, while 1 milliliter is equal to 1,000 microliters. For example, if we had 4 grams and we were trying to figure out how many milligrams there are in 4 grams, we would look back to the notes that we wrote above. 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. This means we move the decimal point 3 times to the right to get 1,000. So we would do the same thing to the 4. We would move the decimal point 3 times to the right to get the amount of milligrams in grams, which would be 4,000. Now, we are trying to find how many micrograms are in 4,000 milligrams. So we would do the same thing we did last time, because 1 milligram equals 1,000 micrograms. This means that the decimal point was moved 3 times to the right to get 1,000 micrograms in 1 milligram. So we'd move the decimal place 3 times in 4,000 to get 4 million micrograms. Now moving on to some of the equations. Calculate the volume in liters of a 50 milligram to milliliter stock solution required to make a 600 milliliter solution with a concentration of 10 milligrams per milliliters. Start off by drawing the one with the concentration of 50 milligrams to milliliters, and then drawing the one with the 600 milliliter solution and a concentration of 10 milligrams per milliliters. To solve this, you must use the equation that is C1V1 equals C2V2. It is also known as M1V1 equals M2V2. Start by plugging in the numbers into the equation. 50, there's no V, so place an X, equals 10 multiplied by 600. Now you solve like a regular math equation. 50x equals 6,000 over 50, which means x equals 120. However, you were not done here because the 120 is in milliliters, but the question asked for the volume in liters. So now you must convert the 120 milliliters into liters. Looking back at our notes, we can see that 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, which means that we move the decimal place 3 times to the right to get 1,000. So we would do the opposite in this situation because we are trying to find the amount of liters inside of 120 milliliters. So instead of moving the decimal 3 places to the right, we would move it 3 places to the left. So the answer would be 0.12 liters. Let's do one more equation. Calculate the volume in liters of a 10 milligrams to milliliters stock solution required to make a 500 milliliter solution with a concentration of 15 milligrams to milliliters. Remember to sketch out what you do have. The equation used for these questions are C1, V1, C2 equals C2, V2. It is also known as M1V1 equals M2V2. Start by plugging in the numbers you have into the equation. The equation would be 10 multiplied by x because you do not have the v for this side equals 15 times 500. So it would be 10x equals 7,500. So x would equal 750. However, this is not your final solution because the 750 is in milliliters, but the question asks for the volume in liters. So now you would convert it from milliliters to liters. Since you're trying to find liters instead of milliliters, you would move the decimal point 3 places to the left instead of the right. So your final answer would be 0.75 liters.